And now it's time for Gear of the Week.
Okay, let's start this week with a new piece of gear. This is the new Joe Bonamassa limited edition Fuchs amp. This is based on an Overdrive Special, which is a very famous Dumble amp. The amp sounds amazing. I'm a huge fan of Joe Bonamassa and Fuchs, and the only thing that made me laugh was what he said here.
My name is Joe Bonamassa, and unlike a Dumble amp that this is based on, it's not $175,000, which is a big deal. Not everybody has $175,000 for an amplifier, and it's $39.99. They're going to be signed by Andy, Fuchs, and myself, and hand numbered as far as amplification in 2025.
I understand what he's saying, and this is definitely the price point for amps in this market, but his $175,000 comment made me think of this.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless, and I want to heal as many people as the dear Lord lets me.
So, all kidding aside, I think if it wasn't for the fact that I actually already have an Overdrive Special type amp with reverb, I think the Overdrive Special is a great platform for an amp, and I think adding reverb is smart. And I think it's a great amp. And I also got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of Joe Bonamassa, and in fact, my favorite album from him is Dust Bowl. He's one of the few artists I'm still buying on CD. Isn't that funny? Because I just like listening to it in my system here in the office. And I just thought that part about the $175,000 was kind of funny because, you know, it just was funny. So anyways, let's go to the next new piece of gear. So last week we got the new Line 6 Stadium XL, which is their new premium line of modelers at about $2,200-$2,300. This week, AXFX introduced the exact opposite. They went the exact opposite way with the new AM4. This is the new affordable $799 AXFX unit. Now, $799 puts it in the price range of the HX Stomp and the Kemper player. So this is going to be interesting. There's a lot of good and bad about it. Some people saying that obviously, like me, it's going to get you into AXFX. If you're a little intimidated by how over the top those menus are and the features are, this is more stripped down. You can't do two amplifiers at one time, and other things like that. But essentially, if you're getting into the AXFX universe, this would probably be by far the easiest way to do that financially and just mentally, just to get into it. Of course, if you're an already established AXFX user and you just want something smaller and portable, this is a little frustrating for you because of the fact that it's not loaded to bear like some of the premium units, and it can't do some of the things. My big thing is about how it sounds. If it sounds good, then that's really where I really mostly concerned. So I'd be really interested to see what you guys think. This is one I might be curious enough to buy one of these and put it on the channel as a review. Let me know if you guys think that I should do that, and we'll definitely consider it. Okay, so I don't know if this is new or if I just didn't see it until recently, but Fender revamped the Mustang series, which I didn't remember seeing this before. And you could see they kind of took it back a little bit more retro. I like the retro look. I wish it had silver grill cloth. I think the main reason they probably went back to the black, even though it makes it look like an old front man from, 15, 20 years ago, is because now, if they put a silver front on it, it would compete maybe with the Tone Master series. But my thought is for $330, you put yourself a Neo Creamback Celestion in it. And, now you have an amp under $500 that might sound pretty cool and ultra light. So pretty cool. They have a 100-watt model as well. And I'm really curious because I've always liked the Mustang series, but the look was always a little odd to me because it didn't look like Fender. This looks like Fender. So this is pretty cool. All right, I wanted to take a look around, and these are deals that either I already own or I ended up buying them. The first being this, the Freeman BE Mini 30-watt heads are on blowout at Sweetwater for $99. This is probably not going to last at all, to be honest with you. So if they're still available, good. So I just want to let you know I bought one last night, and I've done videos of the other mini heads, and I got to tell you, there's the Soldano, there's the Bogner. You can also get, if we go back, I think I saved it for you. I think they're out of the Bogners, but they have the Dealz as well for $99. They're not offering the Soldano for the $99. Out of all the mini heads, the Friedman was my favorite for two reasons. One, I like Friedman amps, but the main thing for me was this was one that cleaned up, so you could actually run this clean and run a pedal through it and get some kind of clean sound out of it. It's a single channel amp, and essentially it's just a 30 watt Class D power amp. The thing that's cool, and I mentioned this before, is it has an effects loop, so you could actually put something like a preamp into the return of this and just use this as a 30 watt power amp. It's pretty tiny. It does have this big wall wart looking thing, but very cool. But for $99, man, and like I said, they also have the Dealz one for $99. I did not see these deals anywhere else, so it's got to be some kind of Sweetwater exclusive. When I check over at Guitar Center, they're still showing them for $249, but when you put it in the cart, they give you 10% off, which just makes it $225. So I'll put a link down below. The other thing I picked up was the Ernie Ball 5-pack strings for $24.95. That put them back to $5 a pack again from $8 a pack, $7.99. $3 off, you get a 5-pack. I did a 5-pack of each. These M Audio graphite 5-inch active studio monitors are $49 each, or 2 for $99. Obviously, that makes sense. I think this, if you're looking for some cheap, good studio monitors, let's look at the back. These are powered studio monitors. They have some basic frequency responses and acoustic space responses. These are going to be great if you want to just get your little micro studio going, something like that. For $100, they're just good to have. The other thing is, I didn't pick one of these up, and I just wanted to share it. They have the white Hello Kitty guitars, marked down from $579 to $399. Obviously, they're not as valuable as the pink ones, but I know you guys love Hello Kitty stuff. It comes with a gig bag, and they let you know the weights. Here's one for 6 pounds, 9 ounces. That would be the one to get. So something to think about if you're interested in those. And then this is a pedal I currently own and I absolutely love. This is the J-Rocket Audio Melody Overdrive. This is the Mark Lettieri pedal. This is one of my favorite overdrives in the world. I use this probably the most for the last 2 years. It's just a really good overdrive. Don't let the EQ scare you. It's pretty basic. You just dial in a sound and go. This price point is about what they're going for used, and so that's why I wanted to point it out. The thing I will also tell you is if you go on Sweetwater or Guitar Center and look at pedals, like for instance this Soldano Super Lead Overdrive, I have a video of this where I did a review. $169 is what they're going for used, so this is a good price used. I mean, normally $200, so it's not like a huge discount, but they usually hold value. Next week you'll be paying this price for a used one. And so there are some deals out there for sure. And let's move on. So what I want to talk about on the Black Friday deals is that don't focus on the stuff that's always going on sale, like Tonex or Spark or things like that. If you want that stuff and it's a deal, get it. But I'm just saying, don't think that the brands that are constantly putting themselves on sale are giving you a deal. Really what you want to think about is the good brands like Gibson, Fender, Friedman, you name it, that are just overstocked right now because this is Black Friday, but it's really, there's a lot of companies that are inventory rich, cash poor. They're just aligning their inventories. They just have too much product. They loaded it in and we're not buying as much. So they got to kind of get it thinned out so that they could pretty much run price increases in January. So I'm looking at the Fender's website. I want to take a look at a couple of things Fender, and I noticed a couple deals here that I thought were worth checking out. The first was, this is a good guitar cable right here. This is the Festival Hemp cable. It's cool. It's different. It's normally $48, on sale for $25, $24. $24, you get a 10-foot cable with a angled end. It's a nice quality cable with a good warranty from Fender, right? It's 100% hemp, which I think is cool. The 18-footer is just a few dollars more, it's $6 more at $30. So if you're looking for a cool cable, that's something different. That's fun. And basically that's half off. So that's a legit deal. They have a natural as well. And this brown stripe as well. I actually like the green, but whatever works. So that's a good deal because you can always use a cable. And a deal like that, it's a good quality cable. The other thing is there's a lot of Squiers on sale and a lot of Fenders. And of course, anything USA, you definitely want to focus if you're going to get a deal. The Squiers, the deals are really good right now as well. So if you're looking to save some money, that's a good idea. But another thing I wanted to show you was this kit right here. This isn't a huge discount. It's normally $32. It's $10 off. This is a little Arch workstation. It comes in like a shaving kit bag right there. But what's cool is it's got this cool neck cradle, as you see right there. And then the bottom is a tray to put all your stuff in that says Fender. It's Fender branded. It's fun. And, so if you're looking for a gift or just a small travel kit for $23, that's kind of fun. I would definitely look at that. The main thing I wanted to show you was these guitar necks. There's a lot of guitar necks here. Here's a made in Japan traditional 50s neck for a Strat, normally $500 for $400. Here's a made in Japan hybrid 2-Strat neck with 22 narrow tall frets, 9.5 radius. $500 on sale for $400. Necks are definitely a thing that once they kind of right size their inventory with this, they are not going to want to blow out necks, especially ones made in Japan, USA, or Mexico. So think about that. Here's a road worn 60s neck. Now it's made in Mexico, but $329, normally $500. That is where you put your money. And because it's a relic. Think of this. This is a relic made in Mexico neck with a Fender warranty on it. 7.25 inch radius. It's up to you guys that, but $330. That's something that if you get something like this, I think that's where you've really put some money to work. This is not a great deal, but I wanted to share it anyways. $75 is kind of crazy. This is just a work mat, but I love that it comes in tweed or the silverface grill cloth. This is not actual the grill, the material. This is just a graphic on a foam, like a neoprene type roller, but look, $80 is ridiculous, or $75. $50 is still ridiculous, but how cool is that? I wanted to share. And again, this is one of those things. This could be fun. That's not so much a priority, though. That just was for fun. Other than that, this is all the real deals. I see there's a lot of Squires, a lot of guitars. And I found some retailers giving you some of these deals. But just to give you, for instance, something to think about, let's go back and show you this. We were talking about the Hello Kitties in white. So the Hello Kitty in black is $579, but it's out of stock. The white one is in stock. It's $579. So even Fender, sold out. So Fender's not even giving you a deal on this. So that's why I was pointing out that deal from Sweetwater. So I want to go one more place. Here's a place that's really important, Stewmac. They've definitely been doing massive deals all year. There's a couple things I saw that they're must-haves. This is my absolute, I told you guys, I have 3 of these. I have one here in my office, one here in my shop, and one in my to-go tackle box. I paid $50 for these, which I said was ridiculous. They were on sale for $30. Now they're on sale for $26. That's the right price of this. $25, $26. Get one of these. It's worth its weight in gold and what you can use it for. The other deal I saw from them is really good. And keep in mind, their shipping rates are ridiculous. But as long as you spend like $100, it's going to add $10. This is another good thing. The multi-spanner, not a huge deal, 10% off. But this is another tool that I absolutely love. You see me using it in all the videos, and that's the important part. I'm not like showing you stuff just because it's a deal or it's on sale. I'm showing you stuff that I use in every video, and so you might as well, if you're going to get that stuff, save yourself some money. Stewmac has definitely been the most aggressive I've seen in years with discounts, and so just be aware of that stuff. Some of the stuff, though, you got to keep in mind they're really kind of all the same when it comes to this. They give you a good deal, and then the rest of the stuff's like, So just be a little like, stuff that's like normally $26 for 23. That's not a big one. But this 50% off, this is something to go with. Even if you add in the shipping, now it's a little on the pricier side, but it's still doable. So think about that. So check out the Stewmac as well. And wrong screen. All right, here's another thing that I thought would be pretty cool. So I bought one of these back in 2024 in August. This video has almost 1 million views on it. And at the time, I think this thing was $120 or $109. And then it shot up to $150. So it's back down to $117 unless you get this surf green one, which takes it to $125. This was a fantastic guitar. This is only available through Amazon. This is like a Squire, kind of an Amazon exclusive. And I said it in the video then, and I'll say it now. This is definitely because Fender just doesn't want to lose to all of the Amazon sellers. So they made a specific model that's not available to their dealers just here. And so if you're looking for an entry-level $100 guitar, this is the way to go for sure. And so it's a legitimate price difference because, like I said, they were getting $150 and selling no problem. If you guys like this segment, this idea, let me know. If you want to make it better, help me out by sending me some deals you see. You can send it to the askknowyourgear@gmail.com email address. I'll put the link in the description. Don't send me your life story. Just send me the deal that you see on gear and where the link to where you're getting it or the mom and pop store that's offering it. Also, if you see new gear or new exciting things, same thing. Don't send me a long story. Just send me what you found and that will help us out.
Gear of the week.